Referee for this 5th match on tour, Jose Luis Rolandi from here in Buenos Aires. So the 5th tour match underway, the All Blacks against the Argentine B side, and this is a good start by the local team as Bertranu takes it up. Here is the first 5/8, Laborde. Early pressure for Terry Wright in at fullback, and he gets taken 10 metres out from the 22, and that's an early tackle ruled by the referee. But the early pressure coming from the Argentine B side. Fox takes it quickly, gave it up to, was taken immediately, but not 10 metres against the Argentine B side. And so an opportunity here to introduce for the first time on tour Earl Curtin, who's joined me. And Earl, a big match for one or two of these All Blacks.
Yes, it's a big match for Wright, obviously. I mean, they must be looking to him a wee bit as a test fullback, seeing Kieran Crowley's being injured. And a big game for Zinzambrook.
Kick downfield made by Mendy as the kick for touch by Fox missed. And here is Terry Wright, who's already in the action early in the piece. Quickly taken or quickly thrown to Kerwin. So here's Fox from the 22. Beautifully fine sunny day here at the Valles Sarsfield Stadium. All Blacks in possession just out from their own 22. Coming for Paul McGann. Here's Fox again inside his 22. Missed touch the first time, but he's got it this time. And the lineouts will be a very interesting phase of the game.
But it's interesting too to notice that the Argentinian B side are almost blocking the kickoffs and the dropouts, and they're basically offside and obstructing the New Zealand players. They try to get to the ball.
Michael Jones at the back of the line-out for the All Blacks, number 7. Oh, that's a lovely take by Chris Tregaskis. Number 4 for the All Blacks. Good clean ball. That's a good start for him. And the All Blacks drive it on the 10-metre line in Argentina's territory. And now they need to deliver it. Here it is. Pass from again, well away from Fox. Here's Walter Little. So dangerous and broken play. Nice work by Little. Hands it off to Innes, having his first game for a while. And John Timu gets a chance down the left wing side. The support was there. Here's Graham Purvis looking for a first All Black try. 5 metres short of the line. All Blacks drive it on. They haven't got a halfback there at the moment. McGann is there quickly though, and the All Blacks get a penalty. So good work there by the All Blacks.
This wasn't a marvellous pick up by Prop Purvis. Absolutely classic. He steadied himself, slowed down to pick it up. Forwards all watch how a prop does pick up a ball. Steadied himself. A lovely pickup. Unlucky not to score.
So the All Black reserves for the match. There they are. Paul Henderson, Graham Bishop, Simon Mannix. There's Lane Penn. He's been doing a fair bit of practice here at the Valles Sarsfield Stadium. And he likes the first one, and the All Blacks ahead after 3 minutes play. Penalty goal by Fox, and they lead 3-0. All Blacks look to be playing into a light breeze here in the first half. Fox getting the ball just a couple of metres over the 22. It looked as though Steve Gordon was pushed out of the row before the ball came his way. Hacked out into midfield. Here is Mendy, the left winger, Christian Mendy, who came to New Zealand in 1989. He got through the tackle of Walter Little, running it back towards his forwards. They've set it nicely here. Back it comes to Laborde for the drop kick. And it's 3-3.
It's very interesting. I don't really see. You watch the referee if you can see him out of your picture. He ran towards the goalpost. The moment the ball was passed from the halfback, he knew Laborde was going to have a shot. In other words, he realised it was definitely a shot at goal.
Kick and chase from Grant Fox. Terry Wright leading the charge for the All Blacks. Ball coming on the Argentine B's side of the maul. It's partially charged by Little. Warren Gatlin getting across for the All Blacks. That's skillfully done by Gatlin. Charges upfield through the passing field, but it was grabbed by one of the local players on the 22-metre line. Back it comes again for the halfback. Oh, that's beautifully taken by John Timu. Timu running hard and straight, has the support of the forwards, and they take it in once again. Now McGann. Nice pass to Fox, straight to Innes. Innes looking for Kerwin. Wright is looming on the right, and John Kerwin getting through. Terry Wright with him. Ball is loose, picked up by Paul McGann, and he's in touch. Well, all but. Firstly, Kerwin, then Wright. Bit of a scuffle down there. John Kerwin not too happy with what's going on. Here's Kerwin. He got it up to Wright. Then Kerwin got to his feet again, was almost able to scoop it up and get across. He didn't. And then McGann it was who had a crack at the line.
Well, yes, it was a good run by Kerwin. He wasn't doing that in New Zealand. He had a real poke for the line, and so he should have. Just very unfortunate. Good tackling by Argentina B, though, too. Referee now worrying about things getting a wee bit hot.
Thrown by Bosch, ball loose near the line. Coming for the halfback, Camadon, and he's able to clear a couple of metres. That relieves a wee bit of the pressure, but not much. So Gatlin's on this beautiful afternoon in Buenos Aires. Crowd right behind the local side. Warren Gatlin to throw. 18 metres out from the line. Andy Earl claims once again clean line-out ball at the back. Here's McGann. Fox again misses Little, but the little pass from Innes to Little is not accepted. Was knocked on. And so just a few little errors creeping in there. The idea was right, but the ball was knocked on.
Yes, again, it was great tackling by Argentina B. They're really getting into the All Black backline. And to their credit, the All Black backline is still moving the ball.
Defensive scrum. Back it goes to the first 5/8. Laborde, again, he misses touch. Terry Wright with the kick. His one, he also doesn't find the line. Here's Camadon, and he finally tidies it up. Eight or 9 minutes to go in the first half. Still 3-all. Tregaskis tapping untidily. Ball falling on the All Black side. What's the referee going to do here? Put down a scrum. All Black ball. McGann. Taken out by Brook. Has support from McGann. Charging straight at the first 5/8, who seemed a little reluctant to make the tackle. Now it's freed up by Brook. Now McGann feeding Fox. Fox fires a long pass, a lovely pass across to Kerwin. Kerwin in the clear, and a big JK gets in to score yet another one. John Kerwin off a brilliant pass from Grant Fox.
Watch this, it was a beautiful pass. Good run by Brook here too, and he crunches in, hits the back, so it makes it a lot easier. And for first time, freed very quickly. Look at that for a pass. Beautiful add off though too by Kerwin. She was all over.
They've met some fearsome tackling from the Argentine B team. Hooker Mariano Bosch to throw. 5 metres on the All Black side of halfway. Half-time can't be far away. 7 points to 3. Here's Boabsi, Pablo Boabsi, well taken by Jones. Awful pass. Taken in by Matias Alen, who was impaled as a good tackler. And this is a head-high tackle against one of the All Blacks. Might have been Zinzan, not sure.
I think it was three of the All Blacks.
So here's an attempted penalty goal by Eduardo Laborde. And this will make it interesting if this goes over. It'll be 7-6, and I think we'll just about have half-time with us. The locals tended to write off this Argentina B side as being the also-rans. Well, if this is Argentina B, then the Pumas, I think, will be pretty strong, Earl Curtin.
Yes, I think they've been hiding them away too. They'll give it everything. They just grow another leg when they get to test level. This crowd chanting, heavens above. At least they'll tackle. They're going to make it very difficult for the All Blacks next week.
Don't forget live coverage on One World of Sport next Sunday morning. the first test, the All Blacks against the Pumas, from this very stadium here, Bellas Sarsfield in Buenos Aires. Here is Laborde with the kick, and that's it. Well, they sure can kick goals and drop goals, and that is half-time. And at the break, as we have another look at it, never really looked like missing, just near halfway. Lovely kick by Laborde. And so at half-time, the All Blacks lead by 7-6. 3 minutes gone in the second half. Nicely claimed near the back by Zinzan Brook. Andy Earl gets rid of a player he didn't want in there. And the All Blacks set it up. Nice driving play here, up towards, over the 22 they go. There's been some good concerted driving by this forward pack. Earl still has it. Now they've got to try and walk over the top and free it for McGann, but again it's been hauled down by the opposition. And the referee suddenly, in the second half, has decided he's going to penalise for that infringement, which there was plenty of it in the first half, Earl.
Yes, we'll see if he's going to be consistent right through. He could end up with the crowd giving him large lashings of whistle. If he continues to upset them, you can start to hear them gradually building up a cacophony of sound now. Important
kick early in the second half for Grant Fox. The All Blacks leading by 7-6. Landed one penalty already, and this looks like the second. Never looked like missing, so 2 penalty goals today for Grant Fox, added to the try by Kerwin, and now the All Blacks lead by 10-6. All Blacks haven't spent a lot of time lately in the local side of halfway. Hacking it ahead was halfback Carmadon, and it's a free kick rather than a penalty. So the All Blacks will work a set move here. Must be starting to sweat a wee bit, the All Blacks.
This is true. I always think these set moves are done far too slowly. When you're practicing it on tour, I reckon it should be a lot faster than this when you do them.
All Blacks opening it out here. John Timu on the left wing side. Doing well to hold off a few players till Andy Earl turns up. All Blacks looking to turn it quickly. McGann taken out before the ball arrived. You can see the swarming type tackling that the Argentinian players are capable of.
This is a bit sad. Normally John Timu would have struck out for the line in that case. But he's slightly sore. I think he pulled somewhere in the back of his knee, his thigh or hammy. You watch this here. See how he almost stops there? The lad's not quite right. Normally Timu would take off, and he's been devastating on tour.
So Paul McGann to feed this scrum. One of the better attacking opportunities for the All Blacks in the second half. McGann straight out to Little, lovely pass. Straight out to Kerwin, and Kerwin's going to try and stand up the fullback and go. And John Kerwin again. Well, the All Blacks get it out there as often as they can, and they get the results. That was lovely play. 2 huge miss-out passes, and John Kerwin looks like he's pulled up a little lame, but he's got a very good try.
Why don't we see this more often? Skipping the first 5-8, increasing the tempo and the time, and Kerwin again doing some lovely running on the outside, isn't he? Good stuff.
Here it is at full pace again, and once Kerwin got it into his hands, such has been his exceptional form over here that he got round the fullback, but he's pulled up a little sore, has John Kerwin. We can't see it at the moment, but it looks to me as though he might be coming across towards the touchline. He's just testing it. We're watching Grant Fox line up right from the touchline. Well, we'll no doubt got to get a shot of Kerwin shortly, but he is coming from the field. Now, there he is. Now, John Timu is feeling, I think, a hamstring on the other wing. So suddenly it's become a little crisis, a mini crisis perhaps for the All Blacks. Kerwin doesn't look to be in real trouble. getting a great round of applause. Meanwhile, Fox from the sideline. Oh, lovely kick. Magnificent kick from Grant Fox. So Kerwin's try converted by Fox. Kerwin is off the field. It's 16-6. Bosch then to throw to the line out. 10 metres out from the 22. Shane Philpott out on the right wing for the All Blacks, replacing John Kerwin. Nicely grabbed in close there by Boabsi. Coming towards halfback Camadon. This is the new first 5'8", Mendes. Just a young player, and hasn't got it in. Well, he has got it into touch. Timu gives it to Terry Wright, and Wright has it down again to Mendes. And it looks like he's managed to find the touchline this time. We're into the last quarter of this game. The All Blacks have found it pretty hard. 16 points to 6. Comfortably ahead on the board. Alina deflected nicely to McGann. Now Fox up to Little. He'll run hard at them. Gets to the 22. Now the All Blacks, you can see, having trouble getting it back. There are one or two bodies lying on it. Now McGann up to Fox. Here is Innes to Terry Wright. Infield again to McGann. 18 metres short of the line. Timu's going to play halfback. Up it goes to the charging Graham Purvis. He gets it onto the ground quickly. Timu's in there again. All Blacks stringing it together a little better now. Now McGann frees it up for Fox. Here's Innes. Innes looking for the long pass across to Wright, but it was well read by the opposition. Good all-embracing tackle. And the All Blacks can't free it out of there, but they do get the put into the next scrum. Well, that's a wee bit more like it. They kept it going that time.
Yes, it was good because they got to 3 or 4 rucks, and they freed it very quickly. In fact, they were unlucky not to. It was a good tackle though by Mendy. Wrapped up Terry Wright, league style, ball and all.
Somebody doing up their bootlace there, just holding things up a little. Mariano Lombardi gets into the locking position. And here is Brook. Picks it up. McGann. Up it goes to Wright, trying to get his way through the tackle. McGann did well to pick it up. Pass infield. Michael Jones getting the try. That's good play down the blind side by the All Blacks. They get try number 3, scored by Michael Jones. Good work in there by Paul McGann, who beats it a couple of times, and Jones finished it.
Well, it started off with a good scrum and a lovely free there, as you saw, from Terry Wright to Philpott, and then the ever-present Jonesy from Auckland dives over right in the corner.
So Fox, who landed a conversion from this exact same place a few minutes ago to convert the try scored by John Kerwin, has another awkward one. Eight points today so far for Grant Fox. Closing in on Don Clark's record. And this is another marvellous kick, so 10 points today for Grant Fox. And the All Blacks lead now by 22 points to 6. Well, he's certainly landing the hard ones, but they don't come any harder than that. That's a magnificent conversion. Couple of minutes left in this game. All Blacks ahead by 22 points to 6. Scrum to be fed by Camadon. Held by Camelinks off the back. Almost intercepted by McGann. He's offside, or a deliberate knock on. The referee might have ruled there. Here's a good run by Camelinks. Good charge here by the halfback Camadon. Threw it away though to Philpott on the All Black 22-metre line. And the referee very quick to blow it up once again. He's given the penalty to the All Blacks now. Fox might want to take it quickly here. There's no way they're 10 metres. Look at that. That's just ridiculous. The referee should march them 10 metres again. They're not even 5 metres. positively ridiculous. And the referee really has fallen to bits in the second half. He wasn't bad in the first half, but he's been a bit of a joke in the second spell.
Oh, yes, it's just, it's slightly partisan the way it is, and it happens regularly here in Argentina. And he's trying to give the crowd their money's worth, and he's certainly doing it.
So we're going to have a couple of balls on the paddock again. There's one lying behind the line out. Oh, the referee spotted it. So the hooker Bosch to throw. Time running out in this game. 22 points to 6. 3 tries to 0, the All Blacks. Here's Warren Gatland. He's going to send out a good pass to Fox. Here's Little. Looking for Philpott. Little held onto it though, and away goes Walter Little. Has good support from Graham Purvis. Maybe the All Blacks can finish with a good team try here. McGann's probing the blind side again. Little is in it. The All Blacks need to recover the ball quickly. They're endeavouring to do that. Coming rather slowly. McGann has it now. Fox. Philpott is in. Innes, right looking for Timu. Timu trying to get past his man. Michael Jones gets a lovely pass in field to Philpott. All Blacks trying to get there in numbers, but the referee blows the whistle quickly. And the old French trick of the referee getting there and handling a few players, which can be a little dangerous at times. And what have we done? That's the end of the game. The referee has decided that's enough. And the All Blacks perhaps a little disappointed with their performance, but they've got there as we go back to have a look at the last facet of the game, which was the ball getting killed near the Argentine line.
Well, Grant Fox, 22 points to 6. How would you sum up that All Black performance?
I still think we're improving. I thought there were some good aspects today, some not so good. Our ball retention aspect is still not as good as we'd like it. But they're frustrating to play against, quite often, because we're finding the offside law is not policed very well over here, and we want to play a positive sort of game, but we're finding it difficult to do that.
Do you think the opposition goes on the field deliberately trying to frustrate?
No, maybe it's just what they used to. Maybe they get away with it here in their domestic rugby, and they're getting away with it against us. Hopefully test match time with an international referee, things will change a little bit.
You certainly had a wealth of possession in the game.
Yeah, we did. I thought the forwards did a good job, actually. They were committed. They drove over the ball a lot, made a lot of ball available. At the same time, the Argentinian B side was still killing a lot of ball. Once again, it seems to be the way they play it over here, and they're allowed to get away with it. But again, trying to move the ball wide with them sitting on us, maybe we could resort to kicking the ball a lot more, but we don't necessarily want to do that. We're going to keep the ball in hand a lot. But as I said, that's difficult, so there's going to have to be a lot of thought between now and test time.
Anything you can tell us about the injury to John Kirwan?
It's a hamstring. Early prognosis is not good. They're going to whisk him back to the hotel now, and hopefully plenty of ice and compression and elevation, and hopefully we'll get some quick healing time.
So that's disappointing news for the All Blacks. John Kirwan with that hamstring injury, and it could mean that he'll miss the first test match here in Buenos Aires next Sunday morning, New Zealand time. 22 points to 6 then, 3 tries to 0, but I think you'll agree it wasn't one of the great games to watch. The All Blacks now head to the foot of the Andes, to Mendoza, where they play their 6th match on tour on Tuesday afternoon against the local selection team, and then it's back here to Buenos Aires for the first test match that you can see live on One World of Sport on Sunday morning. From the Vélez Sarsfield Stadium in Buenos Aires, back to you in the studio, Jeff.
Thank you, Grant. Yes, a frustrating time around. The games are getting harder. Well, one of the big stories of the week has been Alex Wiley getting stuck into some of the players about their attitude in Argentina. He spoke with Grant Nisbet after this morning's match.
You get to a stage where you've got those hard games, and we had that one against Tucumán the other night. And I think that sort of brought them back to ground a wee bit, and we realise now that the tests are going to be hard, that Argentina will be able to put a 15 on the field that will compete. And even though some of the games have been not as hard as we may have expected, there have been individuals out there that have shown out. And if they put them all together, then they'll have a very good side.
I guess it's understandable then that some of the players are more focused perhaps on the Bledisloe Cup and the World Cup.
Yeah, well, I suppose they are, and I think possibly it's the way we planned the year, that we were going to gradually go through the Argentinian tour and then build for the tests here, hope to peak a wee bit more for the tests against Australia, and then of course the World Cup. But at the same time, we've got to be very careful that some of the players don't sit back too much, and somebody else will come through and they could miss out. I mean, the main aim certainly is the World Cup, but the games in between, and the tests, of course, are the vital ones. They're the ones we're after.
Well, you've got those big games coming up, so I guess you've always got the big stick you can wave.
Well, yes, you've got the big stick, or else you look at the carrot at the end of it, and that should be the World Cup for them, and that's what they should be aiming at. And, of course, we said the programming there for them was to really get them at their best for the World Cup. And we just hope that, today, or from now on, that we start saying, well, it's time to get to work.
How difficult is it to time that build-up to culminate in the World Cup? I mean, you're really in the early stages, aren't you?
Well, it is, and certainly it's not easy because some of these players have been playing some top rugby right from back to March, and they've got to go right through and look at October, November. So it's a long year, and it's not easy for them to, in their own minds, they're probably saying, look, hold back a wee bit because we've got a long way to go yet. But then again, I suppose myself and the public out there expect them to perform.
What about the positive aspects of this tour so far? What are the things that have pleased you most?
Well, there are the individuals who have played well at times, and when I say, not trying to say that they've played badly either, but I mean, what we haven't done is put it together as a team. We haven't put, some of the combinations we put out there have been good, and then it's just broken down outside again. So really, in lots of ways, I think it's an attitude thing. All they've got to do is just go out there and put it together, and it will come right. As I said, the scrummaging over here hasn't been as strong as I thought it may be, but then again, ours have been quite good. Our line-out work's still progressing. There's work to do, of course. We're not allowed to ruck, and that's been one of the disappointing parts, that we can't get there and really go in and, if you like, blow them away to make ball available for our backs to work on. So that's been hard. But I think there are things that are coming through now. The players realise that they've got to start performing. And, well, we'll just have to wait and see now, but it's all in front of them.
Alex Wiley talking with Grant Nisbet and Andy Hayden, talking about attitude. Where's the finger being pointed?
Well, there's some complacency in the side. I think they're coasting a wee bit, and I think Wiley's picked that up, and he's put the heat on quite a few. If you look at the scrum, there's not a lot of domination from our front row, props particularly. We haven't dominated at line-out from our jumpers. Most of the line-out ball's been coming from back of the line-out, and you notice the props doing quite a bit of jumping at the front of the line-out. So those two areas. Likewise, I think you might be seeing John Kerwin's injury as a bit of luck for Kieran Crowley, because he'll survive if Wright doesn't go back to fullback. So I think he might have been looking at the fullbacks as well, but certainly not happy.
Let's explore the forwards a bit more then, because certainly the opposition isn't tough.
No, that's right. It's always dangerous at the beginning of a tour to say the opposition's too weak too, because and that was the statement after the first game, and it's the same statement the Russians made when they were here. You should wait till the end of the tour to say those sorts of things. And I think that the aim of a tour is to build towards the tests at the end. And as Wiley said in that interview there, they're not putting it together as a team, and it's vital that the team operates at test time, not individuals.
And you mentioned Terry Wright and Kieran Crowley just before. I mean, are they serious about Terry Wright? And if they are, surely they've left it too late.
By all accounts, it was the aim of the tour to give Terry Wright a run at some stage at fullback. They are doing that, but I think it might have been brought on a little bit more hastily than they had intended to do, because there is deficiency back there.
Well, they took two fullbacks away. It's only a 9-match tour.
Two away, and maybe looking at taking one less, or they'll have to take two to the World Cup, I'm sure of that. And so you couldn't really put Philpott back into fullback and take him away again. So I think there's a good position there for Aaron Crossan.
Given the story then that's come out during the week about Alex Wiley trying to G up his players in Argentina, should the players who played for the New Zealand 15 start getting excited, or is it just an attack on the New Zealand players trying to get them G'd up for the World Cup?
Well, there's nothing like pointing the finger at a few, saying that they're a bit long in the tooth to make them play well. The media always seem to have the effect of bringing the best out of players. They do rely so much on Fox. If it wasn't for the fact that he was kicking so very, very well at goal, then they would be in trouble in many cases, and I think that's dangerous. So yes, it's time that they G'd themselves up. It is a long season, but they do have to perform well all the time to really build towards the more important parts of a tour and the season.
Well, let's take the positive side now. They are unbeaten, and it is a hard country to tour.
It is a hard country to tour for all the language, the customs, the food's different, the communication problems that you have on a tour. It's hard to get a touring rhythm because there's all of that possibility that things are going to go wrong. and likewise the communication problems bring up the difficulties with referees and those sorts of things. So you can't get that touring rhythm going as well as in other places. But that just points towards having better discipline and being more accurate in the things that you do. I don't believe you can't ruck in Argentina. You can ruck in anywhere in the world.
Then why are they saying you can't?
Well, it's the way they go about rucking. I think they have to move the ball a little bit, turn the ball back in a little bit quicker instead of running too far ahead away from their support. There are ways of getting second phase ball without saying, right, we're going to have to go in and blow them away at ruck time. So it's the variations, the nuances of the ruck perhaps that they have to get to grips with now.
What you were saying about the refs just before, there was a lovely little comment from Grant about the ref falling to bits. Did you find that when you were there in Argentina?
Yes, they do tend to listen to the crowd a little bit, who do get very, very agitated. And they also perhaps are running under a little bit of pressure from the players, their local players. They've got to live there. But they've only got 2 more games with local referees. But still, I think a good team will adapt to that and still play well.
All right, it's getting pretty frustrating on the tour. That's quite obvious from the comments that we're hearing from Argentina. What's to be done?
Yes, it is getting frustrating. John Kirwan said to me it's a long tour now, even though it's only been a few matches, and he's looking forward to getting home. And that's a bad sign. Not because, and this is prior to his injury. So it means that the momentum of the tour is not there. I think what's to be done is that they simply have to say, well, there are 4 matches to go on the tour, and they have to make each one of those matches a very important step towards the more important matches of the tour, of the season. I look at the Australian team, and I think that they are a lot better organised at this stage of the season. They're a big threat at Bledisloe Cup time and for the World Cup, but later on.
Well, I was going to say, if the All Blacks are feeling that way in Argentina now, how much help is it to be there for our World Cup build-up?
Well, they still had to have a tour of somewhere to get together, and all of these things that are coming out on this tour had to be tested. Their discipline and their ability to get quickly together. It's taken a long time, they've said, to get together on this tour. Well, it means that it was vital, because if it's going to take a long time now, it might take even longer later if they hadn't had this tour.
Well, Earl Curtin said on the commentary when John Kirwan scored his 2nd try, why don't we see this more often? Why don't we?
Also, Kirwan, yes, it's a good point. Kirwan said that he was getting a lot of ball with a lot more space than he's had on previous tours. So they are making a genuine attempt to get the ball wide and quick, which is a good sign. Because other teams won't stand up or won't be allowed to stand up as close on them in the midfield, so they'll have more room to get the ball through.
There is a liberal interpretation of the offside rule.
And so when the international referees that they'll have at test match time are controlling the games, they may find that they've got a lot more room in the midfield than they had before, and it could be they've tried these things under pressure. It could be a blessing for them.
And finally, Andy, just a quick word about Mike Brewer. What a disappointment.
Yes, he's developed along, I think, on this tour. He was going very well. He's had a lot of trouble with that injury, and I think it's just a great pity, because he was a very important member of this side from the assistant captain's point of view as well. He offered a lot of support to Gary Wetton.
Thanks, Andy, for coming in, and we look forward to your comments over the rest of the tour. All right, that's Andy Hayden on Countrywide Bank Grandstand. Yes, indeed, it's been a sad day for Mike Brewer.
The hardest thing was leaving the airport in Buenos Aires this morning. So seeing the guys, and the guys don't like to see you go. You know, you're really a big family on tour, and it's probably the saddest part.
Okay. Rude. You want to play boys something to read on the way?
Home, James.
Okay, Brew, I'd just like to say how much I enjoy having a couple of hours to myself a day where I don't have to look after you. Hope everything goes well. See you when we get back.
Hey, Bruiser. Sorry you're gone, mate. Just want you to know that the seat behind me is a bit empty, and Dubby's getting a bit frustrated without someone to talk to back there, and he keeps whacking the back of my chair, so the sooner you get right, the better for us. Cheers, mate.
Hey, Bruiser. Hope you had a good flight home, mate. Say good day to all the guys. Hope the pub's going well, and good recovery, eh?
Well, Bruiser, from a young fella to an older member of the team, hard luck, bro. And hope you have a good op, and you're back on deck really soon, and all the best. Hope you had a good flight home too, mate.
Bruiser, the seat's pretty empty without you. Benny's giving me hell, and I'm pretty lonely without you, mate. Make sure you get yourself right in rain. We'll see you in about 4 weeks. All the best, mate.
Highlights coverage of the All Blacks Tour of Argentina was proudly presented by